On a grey winter evening in 1669, a small boat landed on the shores of St. Marguerite Island, accompanied by a salty sea wind and the clang of iron chains. The jailers were unusually silent, their eyes wary of the man sitting in the stern of the boat, his head covered by a black, polished iron mask, nothing visible except a faint gleam reflecting off its surface in the moonlight. The prisoner was silent and offered no resistance. His steps on the rocks were quiet, like those of a man who had long walked the paths of silence. Even the commander of the guard, who received direct orders from Minister Fouquet in the name of King Louis XIV, did not dare ask him who he was. No one speaks to him, no one sees his face, and anyone who disobeys orders shall be executed. In his cold, stone cell, the man lived alone. His name was not recorded in the records, only the title, The Prisoner in the Iron Mask. His food was served through a narrow opening, and his voice was only heard when he whispered a choked thanks or a prayer in an unknown language. As the years passed, the castle guards began to pass around stories about his identity. Was he the king's twin brother? A general who had betrayed the crown? Or a priest who knew secrets that threatened the throne? No one answered, and no one confessed. On long summer nights, the old guard, Dubra, would stand by the cell door and hear the prisoner chanting cryptic words in eloquent French, like forgotten verses of poetry. "Oh, you who fear the light, does the moon remind you of your forgotten face?" Those nights would sow doubt and pity in the guard, and he would imagine a noble face behind the mask, eyes that held the pride of a king and the sorrow of a captive. Years passed, kings and ministers succeeded one another, the guards changed, and he remained in his prison. In the autumn of 1703, as the leaves were falling over the walls of the Bastille, the man fell quietly to the floor of his cell. When the new commander of the guard entered, he looked at the prostrate body, then at the mask that had completely covered his face. The man was buried in a nameless grave, just as he lived without a face.